Maddy, Siegrist, and Hannah Jones, and Coach will open up questions for the players first, excuse them, and go to Coach, so questions for players. So.
Maddy, obviously you guys showed a lot of fight down the stretch. You had the 2 shot clock violations late. Obviously the result isn't what you wanted, but can you talk about kind of those defensive moments that you guys stepped up late?
Yeah, it was good. We got them in the end, like in those defensive stops, but 101 points is not a good defensive performance. And, you know, if we want to win games, we just have to be better.
Obviously, no Paige tonight is kind of a factor, but would you talk about what she has meant to this team as a rookie, the way that she's been able to help lift this team?
Me?
Either, yeah.
You want to go?
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Paige is doing, if she was an 8th-year player, would be amazing. And to come in right off the college season and be able to do this is just so impressive, and it just speaks volumes, you know, to the type of player, type of person she is. She really makes people around her better. So obviously we missed her tonight, but you know, hopefully we'll get her back.
Great.
For either of you, just another 2 injuries in the game tonight. What's the feeling like right now? Just in the locker room, just continuing to deal with that.
Yeah, I think throughout the entire season, with the ups and the downs, the team, we've never had a problem with having that connectivity within the locker room. So I think that it's hard to see 2 teammates go down, especially in the fashion that it happened. But I think that we're going to do what we've been doing all year, and it's always just next man up. And nobody cares on other teams. When people get hurt, you have who you have. And so, you know, we're wishing them the best recovery possible. But, yeah, we're still going to show up Friday night and play with what we have and do what we do.
Haley, kind of to build on that, you know, you're a player that came in on a hardship under starting role. Grace is a player that came in on a hardship under starting role. Amy's come in and she's had back-to-back double-digit games. What does it say about kind of this program for players to be able to come in, have an impact, and like you said, for you guys just to keep fighting and have that next woman up mentality?
Yeah, I'd like to think they picked good pieces. I like to think I'm one of those. But yeah, I think it just speaks to like the culture that's here, like I talked about in the locker room and with the staff. Like they come in and they instill you with confidence and they want you to play your game and do what you do because that's why they brought you in here. So I think that everybody that's come in has done a really good job of coming in, being aggressive and finding their moments. Especially Amy in these past 2 games has done really well. And I think that also they've picked good people off the court as well, like just coming in and being a good teammate. And I know when I first got here I didn't really touch the court the first few games, but like it didn't matter. It's always just being a good teammate, finding your opportunities, and just staying ready.
Great.
Haley, Connecticut had a 62-40 advantage in the second and third quarters. Just what were some things they did kind of in that middle portion of the game to create separation?
I think one thing we did so well at the beginning of the game was the way that the ball moved, it popped. And we got a lot of good things playing off the second and third swing of things. And then I think that defensively just came out with a really good edge. And I think you saw that in the first and the fourth. But I think it was just those 2 things. Once they made their run in the second quarter, I think we fell back into old habits of getting to one-on-one ball, and the ball started sticking. And that's why we weren't getting as easy of looks. And then defensively, I just don't think we made it tough enough in those second and third quarters. And then that took away a lot of our transition, which we were doing so well at, and getting those stops. And they're a huge offensive rebounding team, and I think we did a pretty good job with that. But, I mean, they were just making easy shots around the rim, getting downhill. There were a lot of gaps for them to attack. So really just keeping that same intensity throughout all 40 minutes.
Anything else for players? Dorothy?
At this time of the season, kind of, you know, winding down this entire season, you still have a few games left. How do you keep your motivation each and every day to keep going out there and basically doing your job? This is for both of you.
You can go first.
Okay. I mean, I think like it's our job, and it's also something that we love. We're blessed to be able to play the game of basketball as our profession, and so we come out every day. And even though like we're not going to make the playoffs, there's still things that we can fight for. And I think that Chris has talked a lot about, like, we can play spoiler for a lot of these teams, like 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all really close in records, and we play a lot of them. So we can play spoiler. We could be the bad guy. We can also think about building for next season, and we're kind of buying into a young core here. So showing that we have something here is really big. And I think it's also a pride thing. Like, we're not going to come out and roll over. All of our games are right there. It's just the little things, those little lulls. So I think just proving to ourselves that we can compete in this league, and we have a lot to grow on. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Just, Haley, I'd like to talk just a little bit about the way that the fans in this building you were down big, you fought back, you made it. Like, these fans are here behind you no matter what. That's got to feel good as a player.
It definitely does. I think that the fans here in Dallas have really embraced this team in this season with all the ups and downs that we have, and they've embraced all of us new people as well. So to hear them be in it every game, winning, losing, whatever it is, I think it just speaks to the fan base here in Dallas, and they're really excited for us and the bright future that I think that we have, and I think they see that we have a future. So I'm excited to have them, and also like all the new fans that are continue to come as we continue to grow.
That's wonderful. So
Maddy, Isaiah got put in the starting lineup kind of late. Her role has fluctuated throughout the season, as many rookies do. How have you kind of kept her locked in as a veteran leader on this team, and to see her have the game that she had tonight, what does that say about that young core that Haley referenced?
Yeah, I think Zah, JJ, when she was playing, they've done a great job of like whatever their role is every night, and knowing that we've had a lot of different lineups, a lot of different injuries. So, one day they could be starting, you're playing 30 minutes. The next day maybe you're playing 5 minutes. And I think they've done a really good job just being the best that they can do at their role on any given night. So, obviously without Paige tonight, Zah was going to have to step up, offensively and defensively. And I think, obviously she did it. And, she's just been great, and she's positive. She's been so positive with whatever that role looked like every single night, just trying to be the best, she could be.
Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.